Emma sat on the old wooden bench, her fingers tracing the faded carvings they once made. Initials, encased in a heart. The cold breeze rustled the leaves around her, whispering memories she wished she could forget. It was here, on this very bench, where it all began. And where it all ended. She remembered the first day she met Daniel. It was spring, and the world was alive with colors and possibilities. She was reading her favorite novel, lost in a world of fiction, when a football came crashing into her lap. Startled, she looked up to see him. Messy brown hair, apologetic smile, and eyes that sparkled with mischief. "I'm so sorry I have terrible aim," he had laughed, his voice warm and disarming. From that moment her heart was no longer her own. Their meetings became frequent. He'd find excuses to visit the park, always pretending it was by chance. They'd sit on that same bench talking for hours about everything and nothing. He told her about his dreams of becoming a musician, his passion for melodies, and how he believed music could heal even the deepest wounds. She shared her love for books, her desire to write stories that touch souls, just like his music did. They were different, but somehow perfectly in sync. Seasons changed, and so did their friendship. What began as casual conversations grew into shared dreams, silent glances, and a bond so deep that words often felt unnecessary. They were inseparable, like two halves of a whole. Emma never believed in soulmates until she met Daniel. With him, life felt complete. But life has a cruel way of testing love. Daniel received an opportunity he couldn't refuse. A chance to pursue his music career abroad. It was everything he had ever wanted, and Emma knew she couldn't stand in the way of his dreams. Yet the thought of him leaving shattered her. She wanted to be supportive, to be happy for him, but every smile felt like a lie. The night before his departure, they sat on that same bench under the autumn sky. The air was heavy with unspoken words. He took her hand, his fingers trembling as he whispered, "I'll come back for you, Emma. No matter how far I go, my heart will always belong to you." She wanted to believe him, but the tears in his eyes told a different story. The days that followed were unbearable. His absence was everywhere. In the songs they used to listen to, in the stories she wrote, and in the lonely bench that once echoed their laughter. They tried to stay connected. Late-night calls, endless messages and promises that felt more fragile with each passing day. The distance grew, not just in miles but in hearts. His music career was taking off, and with it, his time, his attention, his love. Emma felt him slipping away. The calls became infrequent, the messages shorter. She would wait by her phone, hoping to hear his voice, to feel close to him again. But slowly, hope turned into despair, and love into longing. She wrote letters she never sent, pouring her heart into words he would never read. She was losing him, and there was nothing she could do. One day, she received a message, short, distant, and final. He had moved on. His career demanded his all, and there was no room left for her. He was sorry. That was it. No explanation, no goodbye. Just an apology that shattered her world. Emma sat on the bench, the cold wood pressing against her back, the weight of his absence crushing her soul. She looked at the initials they had carved, a promise of forever now reduced to faded lines on aging wood. She traced them one last time, tears falling onto the carvings, blurring the memories. She stood up, her heart heavy, her step slow. As she walked away, the wind whispered through the trees, carrying the echoes of a love that once was, and a heartbreak that would never truly fade.